And just like that, Bandai has announced Gundam Breaker 4, the 5th installment to their Gundam Breaker line of games. Now, if you're a Gundam fan or a Gundam model kit fan, this is huge news because the Gundam Breaker line of games, well, 1 through 3, were some of, if not the greatest, Gundam video games of all time. They were genuinely a lot of fun. Now, this has just been announced, so the amount of information out there isn't too huge just yet, but I'm going to wind back completely to the beginning in case you know nothing about Gundam Breaker at all. First off, what is Gundam Breaker? These are an action hack and slash loot and grind kind of game where you play as a Gundam model kit. Yeah, model kit. Not as a 20-meter high giant robot with a human pilot inside of it, a 10cm or 12cm tall little plastic model, and they're fighting each other. And it's every Gundam builder's dream to have your little guys just fly around, knocking the crap out of each other. The overall goal of the game basically is to take your little Gundam model kit, smash the crap out of other Gundam model kits, and kind of loot the parts to build an even better Gundam model kit. You can make your own custom, add parts of your favorite Gundams together, and paint them whatever color you want. They're just such good and fun games. But now onto Gundam Breaker 4 right here. So this is the information we have. As for the platforms that it's going to be coming out on, it's coming out on the PS4, PS5, PC, and the Switch. The release date so far is 2024, so we don't know exactly when it's going to come out. There is a little bit of a placeholder on Bandai Namco's website that says the 31st of December, but obviously that's not going to be the date, that's just holding the place. It's sometime this year though. As for the cost of the game, I can only find the information off the Bandai Namco US website as of right now, so the prices are in dollars, and there are 2 versions available. The standard version, which is the regular boxed version of the game, is $59.99, with a couple of early unlocks inside of the game if you do pre-order, but nothing special. This second version of the game retails for $89.99, that's in dollars yet again, and this differs from the standard version with a couple of extras in here. The not so exciting ones are a digital soundtrack from the game, and the nicer aspects are it comes in a steelbook case, and you do get an exclusive Gundam model kit, which is this one right here, the Gunbarrel Strike Gundam. If you're familiar with Gunpla, this is an entry grade. If you're not familiar with Gunpla, this is kind of a budget-friendly style Gundam model kit, but they are extremely cool. This one comes in a ridiculously over-the-top yet fun color scheme and has an absolutely exclusive backpack, which I assume is called the Gunbarrel Striker. So in essence, once again, that is pretty much $60 for the standard version, $90 for the special edition, and that extra $30 gets you a Gunpla, digital soundtrack, and the steelbook case. There's also a couple of pre-order unlocks that you get for pre-ordering, and that's in both versions. As for some more additional info, jumping on over to the Bandai Namco website, we've got a little bit of a blurb about the game. It says Gundam Breaker 4, Break, Build, Battle. The pre-order bonuses include builder's parts, early unlocks, and the Oryx 78 Gundam recirculation color, early unlock. So both those you can get in the game anyway, so pre-ordering doesn't net you anything special. Next up it says, create your own ultimate Gunpla in the newest Gundam Breaker game. In Gundam Breaker 4, you'll create and customize your own powerful Gunpla and put it to the test in thrilling combat missions. Break. Use 2 different weapons at the same time in Gundam Breaker 4 to create unique combos and break off parts of your enemies to add them to your collection. It's your loot, so you get to keep it and use it. Build. Choose from over 250 base kits and combine their parts to build your perfect Gunpla. Customize it with paint, weathering, and decals to make it uniquely your own and displayed in the new diorama mode. With multiple backgrounds and special effects to choose from, you can create epic dynamic scenes to share online. Battle. Take your custom Gunpla on a variety of intense combat missions and put it to the test as you battle tough opponents in online or single player modes. Fight with your friends, equip new abilities to gain an edge, and destroy your enemies. So as for what we can pull from that, you can now 2-hand weapons. You can have one close combat weapon in one hand, one in the other, to combine it in whichever way you want. I assume it works with long range too. That is a lot of fun with some cool potential. There's over 250 base kits to combine together, which means there's a lot going on in the base game right here. Wouldn't be surprised if Bandai did throw in a few premium kits later on that you might need to pay for. That's kind of what they're like. But 250, that's not bad. Lastly then, did mention that diorama mode. So basically you're able to set up a bunch of Gundams with your particular Gunpla, set a little scene, and then take a photo of that to share, which is pretty cool. So everything sounds pretty awesome so far. Well, like I mentioned right at the beginning, this is Gundam Breaker 4, but it is the 5th installment. Now, if you do or don't know, well, there was also New Gundam Breaker. This did not go down well at all. Now, for whatever reason, maybe it's something to do with the developers and the publishers. I know this particular company right here, Ilix, I think it is, were involved in 1 through 3. All of these games were developed by a developer called Crafts and Meister. That's 1 through 3 as well. Ilix seems to have disappeared when it came to New Gundam Breaker. Crafts and Meister were still involved, and it is Crafts and Meister making number 4 here. So I assume there's a little bit of a hint in the name being Gundam Breaker 4, meaning that Bandai, Namco, Crafts and Meister are going back to the solid 1 through 3 formula that we all knew and loved. Hopefully that is the case. So yeah, that right there is it for the facts, pretty much all the objective information we have so far about the game. Now it is opinion time a little bit, aka the should you pre-order? Honestly, something like that is completely up to yourself, but there is a couple of things worth considering before actually hitting that pre-order button. First off, once again, there is the curse of the New Gundam Breaker. Will this game still have the same issues as that one? Will it be a bad game? All of that? Well, we can only assume from the fact that it's Gundam Breaker 4, not New Gundam Breaker 2, that they're trying to avoid that and they will have worked out those particular issues. I can't imagine they'd make the same mistake twice. Also, $59.99 is a little bit of a hard sale for a game like this. It's got extremely dated graphics. It's got so many reused assets. I mean, I feel like I've seen that cave in these games 1,000 times before. Literally that cave. But my biggest issue with the pricing on these sort of games is the fact that there's never any actual licensed Gundam music in them. When I see the Oryx Zero Unicorn Gundam, I want to hear that classic theme song. When it comes to any Gundam and it comes out, if you're going to, well, go into a boss battle or something similar, you want to hear that intro theme, but these games always just have generic BGM, and I wish Bandai would put a little bit of that money into having the official licensed music. Give you that Gundam feel. Finally, when you kind of think about it like this is $59.99, as in $20 more expensive than Helldivers. It is $10 cheaper than an epic like Baldur's Gate 3, and the exact same price as a mecha masterpiece like Armored Core 6. To me, it feels a little bit more like a $39.99 or $49.99 kind of game. More like a $39.99. And finally, to me, the one thing that I worry about the most is I really want this on the Switch. My best memories of Gundam Breaker were just kind of passing away time or sitting on a train or something like that playing Gundam Breaker on the Vita. Handheld is the best place for a game like this where you can just grind. Doesn't matter where you are, you don't have to sit your PC or your PlayStation. It's just a great game to actually have in your pocket for whenever you can just pull it out and grind a bit. And considering the look of this game right here, the Switch version should play perfectly, but my heart was broken by SD Gundam Battle Alliance. I really wanted to love that game, but undocked, I find that game literally unplayable. The frame rate's so low, and there's this kind of weird Vaseline lens kind of look to it. It looks like I'm streaming a game, or watching a game being played on really bad internet. It really was so disappointing, and I hope that won't be the case with this game. So maybe it might be a good idea to hold off for a little while. The pre-order bonuses are just early unlocks. However though, if you do want that crazy colored entry grade Gundam in a steelbook case, I say go get it now. That's what I tried to do a couple of hours ago, but it won't accept my Irish card, so maybe I'm just a bit butthurt by that. Anyway, yeah, that's everything we know about Gundam Breaker 4 so far. I am hopeful, but a little bit on the squinty-eyed, skeptical side about how it will be. Anyway, what do you think? Will it be good? Will it be bad? Are you pre-ordering, or are you gonna wait? Drop it down there in the comments. Anyway, this was the Iron Diaper, your regular Gundam news show. Thanks for watching, and as always, I will see you next time.